Do you have an agenda for the meeting, Matt?
I don't.
Okay.
But
The tactical execution of making money out of the JDP internship.
Okay, that's one objective.
Okay, so what we're going to do
I think.
How much budget are we going to be putting behind the?
We talked about $100.
YouTube or Facebook?
I think you'd go Facebook in the short term just because of the raw targeting opportunity.
Yeah.
But I think before you do that, let's take a step sideways. So, outcome is this isn't even about 30,000 subscribers anymore, is it? This is just about this just being big. Or is it about the number of subscribers?
Well, if there's another round of funding, it could be.
Is that a thing? Is that like a short term, the funding hinges off?
I think we just go for
$1 million.
No. I think we try to go for people to starting to really understand what it is, what it does, and the opportunities that it offers.
Yeah.
And getting people to talk about it and engage with it, and then adding value to the interns. Let's make it a thing in the marketplace. Okay? And so that's going to be targeting digital people and also their bosses.
So you got two very clear market segments there. It's possible interns, which is not even digital.
Oh, okay.
People.
Yeah. So grads.
Yep. So it's not even grad. It's like literally like at uni. Pre-uni,
high school.
Pre-uni, high school, right? So it's basically like at uni / high school / whatever. Then it's digital people broadly who we know will be interested in it, but not necessarily as an attendee, but as a viewer. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then go for that area.
But then there's also the top end of the market, which is the employer, right? It's like most of the market isn't the employer. Most of the market are people working in jobs. So they're your viewers.
Yeah.
That's where you get your big viewership numbers.
Andrew Economopoulos, the head of digital, and if you watch that video, the latest one, he was like all over it. He's like, yeah, you guys had 2,500 YouTube views, over the season. And everybody's like, oh, did we? He's like, got the whole thing, like a fan.
How digital
Huge.
from?
Collection House.
Oh.
Yeah.
See? This is what we want to be doing.
Dude, I know. I agree. That's what this opportunity is.
Yeah. He's into it.
That's ROI for me because once upon a time, I was a recruiter sitting at a little table and that company would just be like, who this guy hang? And now he's in our company talking about a really exciting part of the company. I'm generally excited about it. Why are people going to watch this? Why are people going to watch this shit?
That's a great question.
The one thing I was thinking of is it needs to be like a soap. It needs to be like a drama to it, but that just makes it shit. We want to learn stuff from this, right? We want to contribute to people. We want to change careers or actually be good and get a career that they enjoy most of the time. So,
the people that I've seen who are into it like watching it because it's kind of out there and they want to know what's going to happen, like the developers. And then a lot of people, like the development managers, are watching it because they're like, gee, I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
And the other thing is people at that level love contributing in the community.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm like, you ain't even getting paid for that. You're not even going to make any money with it. Like that's me from like my big commercial growth that's grown in my brain in the last 7 years. But I'm like, but then you think about it and you're like, no, that, like, it's a human need, right? Contribution. They just want to contribute. It's like, okay, fuck, sweet.
but also, remember, they're at a different stage to you in most cases, right? They're getting paid. They're getting the same amount. They're getting paid the same incrementally more amount each year. They've always gotten paid. So for them, the opportunity is like, okay, I'm going to get that regardless. There's something cool going on there. I at least want to learn about it.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of it.
Yeah, but their hobby is their contribution to their passion.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So it doesn't matter that your view might be commercial. It's like for them, it's just something extra that they can do, which is fun.
Okay, I just wanted to.
Well, Andrew said on Friday, he said if he wanted to learn how to code, he can watch it. But he said, were you there?
Yes, I was.
Do you know what he said? He said, I'm not interested.
He's watching it to essentially see how we go, like the story of how we're doing it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, like he's not interested in what language you use or how we go about it technically, but he said...
Google that stuff. It's the human aspect of it.
Well, this is not an efficient way to learn how to code, right? They're like watching, like it's like that's way smarter ways to capture that insight. Where this is interesting is like a group of people who know a little bit or a lot. They've now suddenly got to work together, and they've got to work to solve different problems constantly. It's like, so it is literally like some kind of, like, it is a reality TV show. It's actually what it is.
Is that what I've called it?
Yeah.
It's the world's #1 software
Have you
development.
not heard that before,
reality show.
Jason? Yeah, you've got to prove that it's worth watching before someone's going to hit, like, actually tap it and listen to it with audio. I'll work with Joe to get videos posted natively, because that's important. We will get the lists, and then I'll get Josiah to do some black magic stuff that I don't really understand, and we'll basically just run a test over a couple of day period. I'll throw some budget into it just to see what happens. If the results are great, we'll just replicate 1,000 times over and keep pouring money into it till we hit the ceiling, and if it doesn't work, then we'll change and adjust the strategy.
What about Barry and Kian and the others who are involved building their own personal brands, leveraging the JDP brand to do that, and then leveraging it back the other way? Does that make sense?
Put an example on it.
An example?
Or like a hypothetical.
Well, I use the JDP internship to build my personal brand.
Yes.
And I use my personal brand to build the JDP internship brand. I use the JDP brand to build my personal brand. Then I use my personal brand to build the JDP brand.
Yeah.
Like anywhere I go, I'm like, legendary recruiter at JDP. You know?
Yeah. Which gives people
Josh
context.
Wolf, legendary recruiter at JDP.
Yeah.
Hey, legendary recruiter at JDP, Josh Wolf. Josh Wolf, legendary recruiter at JDP. And just goes up and up and up.
Yeah. I think that it makes sense to do more of that stuff. And I think, like, the reality is there's a lot of people who've, like, come in and spoken here. So, like, I don't know how, like, they've done that probably for them to contribute more than because they want the ego hit of being filmed a million an episode, right? But it's like, how can we make that worth them having as well? Or how do we, like, package that up so that they can then go and do something with it so that we get the reach of their, like, personal network as well? Because that's interesting. And then you're already doing the hard work. You're already doing the partnership bit. It's just, how do we both add that tangible piece of value? And I don't know what the answer is to that. Because that's hard.
Yeah. Some people who've been on the show already, like, I've used the videos to promote them. People have got in touch with me. I'm like, oh, check out this video about them. By the way, it's the JDP Internship show. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's something that I can see that came out of what Andrew said, is like you build your own brand. Like Barry, I noticed you do a lot on Twitter, like liking, retweeting, that kind of stuff.
Right, cool.
Yeah, I think you liked it today when I thanked
Darren Rogan.
Darren.
Like, dude, that's how you do it. You just retweet other people's stuff. You know, like you tweet out, thanks to Darren Rogan. I mean, that's like a big shout out for him and for his kind of brand, right? And then, like, you've instantly associated yourself with Darren Rogan. It's like, Barry who? Oh, the guy, yeah, he shouted out to Darren Rogan the other day. And then Darren Rogan likes your tweet, and then you just go up and up and up like that. You build his brand, he builds yours, do it like that. So you leverage the JDP internship brand in the same way to build your own personal brand, so that when you leave, you're famous.
What does a JDP internship hackathon look like? What could it look like?
This is Kian's department.
Oh, what sort of, like us doing something?
Maybe.
Or like us bringing in people?
Maybe. I don't know.
It depends on what the limitations are.
What are the limitations?
What do you want?
What do you want?
I don't know. What do I want?
If you did know, what would it be?
Like JDP holding a hackathon?
There you go. Oh, okay. Like JDP holding it more than like it being in the JDP internship thing.
We could get all of the people that we've had on as guests to come in and mentor it.
Yeah. But JDP holding a hackathon is actually something that JDP should do anyway. And I mean JDP, not JDP internship. Like, that's actually a smart JDP marketing strategy.
JDP interns would be a team in that.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Like interns versus like whoever you can get
Versus
in the room.
anyone.
Oh.
We'll take on anyone.
Oh God. I love it. I love it.
We'll take on any software development team in Brisbane.
I mean, it's aggressive, but the pro is that you're going to get all the best software teams in Brisbane in this office.
Yeah, and you know what you take them on in? You take them on in Magicraft. Like spellcasting in Minecraft. It's like, okay, we're going to take on anyone.
And Josh just so happens to be on your team. I like it. I like it.
JDP holding a hackathon would be actually pretty cool.
To have something happen, you need to sell ownership of it. They need to feel interested in it, but
What
they have
about-
to understand ownership.
What about these guys?
Starting doing it.
Yeah,
Running
doing the
hackathon.
JDP hackathon.
Okay, cool. So, what do they do when what's the first action they take?
Find a location to do it in, right?
Yep. Second thing to do.
Find the location to do it in, book the location, get the time,
Yep.
and then just start publicising it.